You will never be successful, and here's why. These are the things that are stopping you. Last time we did principles 1 to 5. You can find it on my YouTube. Now we are going to do principles 5 through 10. Principle number 6, become an inverse paranoid. In other words, the law of assumption. Assume that the world is in your favor. Instead of seeing the world as full of challenges against you, imagine if you saw every event as something designed to benefit you. Think of it like this. Okay, you're walking around in a video game where every obstacle, every villain is actually helping you level up. That's a different perspective. Let's move on to the next one. Unleash the power of goal setting. We've all heard set goals, but there's more to it. This principle is about setting specific goals and writing them down, because a dream without a plan is just a wish. This is a very important part, writing them down. If I asked you to solve 1 + 1 in your head, you'd probably be able to do it. But if I asked you to solve long multiplication, long division, you'd probably get a paper and pen or bust out your calculator. But the problem is there's no calculator for life. You wouldn't do long multiplication in your head, so why are you doing life in your head? Write it down and get specific. Remember, when we said figure out what you want, we covered the SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound goals. Here's an analogy. Think of goals like a GPS. If you type in success, where will it take you? You need an address. Setting goals is the address for your dreams. A lot of us are driving in the dark, driving somewhere, and you might get to the place that you want to be. But when you know exactly where you want to go and you plan out the route, you will get there way more efficiently and way more optimally. On to the next one. Principle number 8, chunk it down, because if you've ever felt overwhelmed by your massive to-do list, that's where this principle comes in. Break your big, scary tasks into smaller, bite-sized pieces. Imagine trying to eat an entire pizza in one bite. It's impossible, right? Slice by slice, it's doable. If I asked you to climb Mount Everest, what are you gonna do? Just pack up your things and go? That's probably one way to do it. That is the power of now, right? But most likely, you'd probably want to write down all the things that you need to do. Maybe watch a YouTube video, maybe call somebody who's done it, maybe book a tour guide. Then you would need to get equipment. What kind of equipment? You'd have to research equipment. Then you'd have to purchase the equipment. Do you go in store? Do you go on Amazon? Do you review the equipment? I've already just come up with a list off the top of my head, and I've never rock climbed. I've never trekked a mountain in my life. That's how you have to view it. If my goal was to climb Mount Everest, I would chunk it down into much more smaller bite-sized pieces. Principle number 9. You see this time and time again, and I see this every day when I log on to social media. Success leaves clues. All the guys that are preaching this in the shop at Identity, they're saying the same thing. If you want to know the fastest way to success, find people who have already done what you want to do and copy their strategies. Because that's what they're called. They're called influencers. And nowadays, everybody's just kind of copy and pasting these influencers. But you just have to do it with your own little flair, okay? So think of success like a treasure hunt. Someone's already found the treasure, left a map, and all you have to do is follow it. Don't reinvent the wheel when someone's already built the Ferrari. Take that in. On to the next one. 10, and the last one. We're trying to do this really quick so that you guys can stay focused. I know attention is hard to keep these days, especially like me. I have ADHD. Here's a kicker. Most of us are driving through life with our foot on the brake, even though we think we're accelerating. We're held back by limiting beliefs, fears, or bad habits. Imagine you're in a race car, revving the engine, but the handbrake's on. You'll go nowhere fast. To really accelerate, you need to release those mental and emotional brakes holding you back. I made a post, I think it was 2 weeks ago, that I said I was constantly thinking about perfection. What are people gonna think when I post this? Even making this video, look, who the fuck am I to tell you guys what the principles are to becoming successful? But in reality, I'm just reviewing a book, and I'm applying the same things that help me, and I'm trying to have that same conversation with you guys. I'm not trying to give you guys unsolicited advice. I just wanna share the value that has been provided to me. And to be honest, the people that are going to put you down, those people are the ones whose opinions matter the least. So release the brakes and just lean into it. I think that's another principle, but just go with the flow and fuck it. And as you go, ready, fire, aim, you will adjust later on. And sooner or later, you're going to identify as this quote unquote content creator or whatever it is that you do, a boxer or barber or, fitness instructor. Keep doing what you're going to do. You're going to have all these mental roadblocks, but eventually it's going to become easy. So there you have it, principles 5 through 10. If you like this video, give me a follow, give me a comment, share it with your friends, do what you need to do.